So now we are going to start with something like the other side of the blockchain, of the Ethereum, of the blockchain in general. But we have when we hear about like the blockchain, so we hear like just Bitcoin, Ethereum, all of these cryptocurrencies, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So now we are going to start with something new, which is like non-fungible tokens. So you can trade something except the money or cryptocurrencies, cool, which is like let's say the crypto keys. Most of you like heard about it. Crypto keys, like you can buy a key, and every cat has like its own token and it's unique. It's not like repeated. Cool. And now we are going to throw this. So it's like I said, it's used in like crypto collectives, like the game card or this stuff, like something unique, and you can buy it and sell it for someone else. It's like let's say the lands, and you can buy and sell anything. Let's say like from a university's perspective, we can say that you can have your own like certificate, like a token. Cool. So it's global. Nobody can fake it. Nobody can like make a copy of it, and it's unique. So how it's going? This how the operation for this tokens is going. Cool. So we talk about the cryptocurrencies. Yeah. And let's say this is like it's about the ownership. So every token you have the ownership of this token, so nobody can take it unless you give it to him by trading or by something else, like let's say by like universities or something for educational purposes. We can say like give him like a token for this guy because he's like finishing 4 years in this university, so we give him this token. Cool. And it's like authorized, and it's global, and it can't be like hacked or something like that. Cool. So for this thing, we have ERC721 standard, which is like a group of like functions. The developers agree on this. Like this is like the most like let's say the most like let's say
Function
what?
that help you.
Yeah, the most function that can help you to do these operations. Cool? Yeah. So we are going to see the difference between them here. Like we have the non-fungible tokens and the fungible tokens. So the fungible tokens, like we did, like the last project, which was on ERC20. You make the solidity files on the standard, and you build your front end, and you make the deploy by you make the compiling and deploying and this stuff, all this stuff, and then you get your token. Cool. So this is like, I think this is common between all of you, because yeah, you cannot like Bitcoin. You can't buy Bitcoin. You can buy Ether or trade with this, buy and sell. And we have now, we are going to compare between ERC721 and ERC20. Cool? Okay. But I need like a volunteer who has 50 GD. Yeah, 50 GD. 50 GD.
50, do you need the 50?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's like get it down like 20 GD. 20. 20. 50? Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Guys, applause for that. So, this lecture is profitable, and this is great. Okay, we need another volunteer. 50 GD. Yeah, also. So, Hanan, you said that you have, right? Yeah. Can you give it to me? Yeah. Give it to me, don't worry. Okay. have another 50 GD. Well, guys, so I have 100 GD. I can go home now. So, can you come here, Hanan? Just I want to make a conversation with you. So, this 50 GD from Hanan. So, do you agree? Like, I give you this 50 GD. Cool. But you give me this, right?
Yeah.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Cool. So this is okay with you. What about if I want to exchange your laptop with Hanan laptop? What do you think?
It's non-tradable.
It's non-tradable. So you don't agree that your laptop is the same as Hanan laptop, right?
Yeah.
They don't have the same value.
Yeah.
I see. So what we are seeing now here, you just exchange the money between them, which is 50 GD. This is a fungible tokens, like the Ethers, like the Bitcoins, and other things. And about the laptops and this thing, it's unique. So he has his own information on his laptop. He don't want to give away for his laptop to Hanan and get his laptop because it's not the same. Cool. So the tokens, you have, let's say, 10 tokens on Ether. Cool. And I have 5. So I give you a 5 Ether and you give me a 5 Ether. Cool. It is the same, right? Yeah. So this is a fungible tokens that you did it like the last project. Cool. Today we are going to start with ERC721, which is non-fungible. So every token of these, it's unique. It's 100% unique. Cool. So this is the result of that. We can say this is for the standard. Actually, it's a free open standards that describe how to build non-fungible tokens. And like I say that you use like every token is the same. That means you are using ERC20. If it's not the same, so it's ERC721. This is another standard, and you can apply it for a lot of projects. So can I hear you from some ideas about how we can apply ERC721? Like just ideas.
I think gaming application, you can use this.
Gaming applications. How?
Yeah, for example, you can create a token, okay, and for example, each level, the gamer, okay, can receive, for example, number of tokens.
So this is what we are talking about now. It's ERC20 because you are talking about the trading like tokens, but when you are talking the game itself, if you have a token for the game itself.
Yeah.
So this is
itself,
if it's for the game itself. So this is ERC721 because every game like unique. Like any other ideas? Here, just ideas. Yeah.
It's not an idea, but just like referring to what he said. So let's say if you want to change credit between one gamer to another gamer, this is ERC20.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you're exchanging within your game, this is ERC721.
If you are exchanging like let's say the gadgets or something that you have it on your gaming, if it's unique, yeah.
Okay.
If it's unique, yeah. Any other?
Another example, it will be more simple for you. Now, if Abdel Hamid have, let's say he have a Visa card with, how much do you have? 10 JD. And I have the same Visa. I have also Visa card with 10 JD. Can I like exchange with him? My Visa card have the same value as his. But can we? No. Why?
It is unique.
Because it has some information and properties that it is only for this Visa card. So I cannot use it. I can't use his Visa card.
Yeah. Cool. And now I think you are going to go through the functions like we used in the standard. Like we're just gonna like take an overview. So you have like an overview of what we are going to do today. So this is the
Before starting with ERC721, let's just memorize what was the ERC20. What is the main functions that we should implement it to be able to trade and to exchange our tokens or our fungible tokens? Anybody?
Transfer. It has names.
Transfer from
balance.
again.
Total supply.
Get
Cool.
balance.
Get balance. Cool. Cool.
Transfer from.
Cool. The properties, if you remember, the state variable. Cool.
The name, the symbol.
Cool. So you are all right with ERC20. Now ERC721 is the same. It has some functions that we should implement it to be able to manage our non-fungible tokens. So we will start just like explain each one what it should do, only to be clear about our project or our sprint today. Let's start by this function, balance of. Balance of, it will take the address of the owner and it will return just who is, how the count of the tokens that he has. So let's say Abdul Hamid has like 10 tokens. So the balance of it will give you 10 tokens for Abdul Hamid. Maybe I have another balance or another amount of tokens. But let's be clear that I have 10, but they are not the same. So each one of them are differentiate between each other. So the other function.
Can you please just repeat the last thing?
Okay. So I will be having, like, let's say I have 10 tokens, but each one has its own ID.
Okay.
So it will be unique. It will not be like each other. So if
Of
I
different currency?
it is not currency.
Okay.
You can thought about it as anything that is unique, like your identity.
Okay.
You are unique.
Okay.
I'm flirting with
Good
you.
example.
Okay.
Good example.
Everything is unique. You can say that it is. You can apply it on ERC721.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like
You
you
can-
can like 10 different Visa cards.
Yeah.
In your example.
Yes.
Okay.
Should
So
be good
maybe
example.
it will have like its own metadata, like the name, like the number, like anything.
Yeah.
And what else? The balance. So maybe you have 10 tokens. Each one of them are different. Maybe one of them you want to sell it by 10 ether. The other one maybe you want to sell it by 15 or 100. You are free. So it is unique. So if it is unique, so you have the choice to you have the choice to choose your value that it deserves it. Because maybe I like CryptoKitties. You remember CryptoKitties? Like some people here in this room, they bought a CryptoKitty. He's laughing. So maybe you like this kitty, so you will buy it. You don't care about its price. It is not like Ether. So the Ether, it's the same price. 1 Ether equal 1 Ether. The ERC20, it is the same also. Let's say you made like your coin. So one of them, it will be equal to each other. But ERC721, it will not be equal. Okay, so the balance of it will give you the count of how much this user you specify it by the address, not this one you're looking for.
Yeah.
You will specify it by the address, so you give the function the address, it should return the count of how much tokens I have.
Yeah. And
The owner of here, you will pass the token ID, like let's say it will be like number or something, unsigned integer. Let's say I have token with ID 1 and another token with ID 2. You will pass if you pass the ID 1, it will give you my address. So I am the owner of this non-fungible token. The next one is safe transfer from. Now safe transfer from, we have more than one. We have, if someone is familiar with Java, we have like something called overloading. So the overloading is just like, it is the same function with the same name, but it takes like different arguments. So the safe transfer from, it is just transfer the ownership. It will transfer the ownership, let's say, from my address for this specific token ID to Abdel Hamid.
Yeah.
So, but the different, also we have like transfer from, without safe.
Which is this?
Without what?
Without safe
Without
transfer.
safe.
So it's only transfer from. The safe transfer from, its job is to be sure that the receiver that have the a valid address. Because if the address is not valid, what will happen? Can anybody guess?
It will be lost in the network.
It will be lost in the network, so nobody will have it. Because of that, we have a safe transfer from that check if the address is valid to not lost this token ID
Just
or
for-
this token.
Just for this point, like you have like used like SHA-3 like to hash the like multiple things like the let's say the transaction signature and the value and this stuff. Cool. There is something here also to do the same with safe transfer, which is gonna check the hash before and after. So if there is something like wrong, you're gonna revert the whole transaction.
Regardless what it will contain, so that's not like considered in the standard. So the standard, it doesn't define anything inside the content, inside the function. It's just tell you that it should have like function that calls transfer from, and it should have also more things. You will figure it out and you will see it today. And
Please.
yes.
So why we have to function? I prefer to use the safe from. for
Yeah,
example.
but-
why?
But if you like, if
What's
you
the
have,
use case for this?
yeah, I know, I understand. Because now let's say this is the transfer from, because it takes this one, this argument. It is byte data. It will take more data, so it will cost you more gas.
And we don't have it in the transfer from.
So if you are okay, if you are not,
So,
Like
Yeah.
an assurance
Yeah.
of
so
guarantee.
if I use the safe transfer with an invalid address, it will still cost me gas.
Yeah, of
Even
course.
if the address is invalid, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
So it will still cost me gas.
Yeah, of course.
yes, but it will be sure that the token is not lost. The gas is not that expensive as the token ID, because the token ID it may be representing like a certificate that it is more expensive, or maybe land, or maybe house. We don't know. Yes.
Does that mean transaction transfer from? It's actually there is a transaction happening, but in the transfer form it's only a checking for that the token will not be lost.
Yes, but
So
the transfer
there
from.
is no transaction here and transfer.
Yes,
from.
transfer from, it will only do the job, and you will be responsible if you call it without safe transfer. You will be responsible for checking or validation, for validating the receiver.
That's why there is no consuming of gas here on transfer.
There is consuming of
There is
gas.
consuming of
Yeah,
gas.
but it will be sure like the address, the receiver is valid. If it is valid, what it will do, it will call transfer from.
The same gas they consume.
No.
The
Safe
other one
transfer will be more because it is take a data.
Okay.
And the data also, for the data that it's take, it will be like use some cryptographic, and it will hash it to be sure that the address is valid. You will not deal with that, but you will have the helper functions. We did it for you because it's a little bit advanced. You can see it after that. You can be more comfortable with it. It is not that hard, but it is a little bit advanced. We don't need to get to it right now. Approve. So approve. You remember in the ERC20, you was approving someone to deal or to transfer from your account some tokens, right? But here, it is the same. It will take the address of the guy that you want to transfer the token or the non-fungible token for him, and it will take the token ID. So I want this token to give the permission like to Abdul Hamid, so he can transfer it from my account, let's say, to Anas. Cool? Yeah. And set approval for all. If I trust Abdul Hamid and I don't, so I can set him like approval for all of my tokens. Like I give him the permission to deal with all my tokens. So he is like a partner with me. He can do whatever he want in my tokens.
So
He
you
can-
give me the authorization or the permission, so I can sell his tokens, his everything, all tokens he has. This is for approve for all. The
Yes.
approve just for one land or for one token, let's say.
So now he will be considered as operator. So he can operate all my tokens or my non-fungible tokens.
Sorry, question.
Yes.
This will be done only once, one time. I give approval to Abdul Hamid to transfer or do whatever
Yes.
he wants.
Yes.
Only once.
Yes, and you can
This
give-
will be registered on the network. There is no need to invoke this API
Yeah.
every time that
No,
you need to.
it's once, yeah. It will be
Once.
like in the state variables, and it will be forever.
But, yeah.
And unless you call another function, it will be like a clear approval. You can like
Remove the approval.
Just here,
Yeah.
yeah. But here the approve is just for one token, okay?
Yeah, but
Instead of like, if you want to give him like the approve for all tokens that you have, you don't have to call this function. Let's say that you have 200 tokens. So you don't have to call this function 200 times, cool, for the same person. So, to avoid like consuming gas and consuming like tokens that you have, the ERC20 book. So you will be, where is it? Cool, listen. You will set a rule for all tokens that you have to the operator.
And if you can see here, like the operator to manage all of message sender assets. So he can control the gas, he can control everything about your transactions. So you give him your life.
And there is something else. We have here another parameter which is all approved. So you give him like a true in the first time. Let's say that you give him everything. You want to pull back this to you.
False.
So you just make it false. Cool? Yeah.
So now
One
with
question
approve.
here, this external thing, what it means?
External, so you can call it from outside the contract. As a person, anybody can call it.
Yeah.
But if it is internal, so only the contract itself can call it, like an internal function, other function. Yeah, so yes, maybe, yeah, it's the same, like the private in other languages. So it is helpful if you need to hide something, the internal, if you want to hide a function and make another function and make it external that calls this function. It will be helpful in some cases and more secure.
What's the default? Is it
The
external
default
or-
is public. If you didn't specify it, it will be
External.
Yeah, external. Now, is approved for all. Get approved. We didn't get approved. Yeah. So this one, you will pass the token ID. Let's say the token ID is 5, and you will get who is the person that you give him the permission to deal with this token ID. Cool?
question.
Yes.
Can I give an approval to multiple addresses?
For one token?
Yes.
No.
So
For-
you can use my token and you can use my token. Anyone.
Yeah. Yes, but the same token, only one address.
Only one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for set approval for all, like it will be, you will see the state variable. It will be mapping. Will take mapping. So you can like I can give you the approve for all my lands or anything the non-fungible token, and I can give Abdul Hamid also.
But what's the reason? Like, I want to have multiple partners. Why I
In one token, this is the syntax of the standard. I don't know exactly why they choose this behavior.
Okay.
The approval
the
is
developer.
for the owner of the token, not for all the tokens. This is what you get.
Again,
The approval is for the owner of the token, not the token.
I didn't get you.
What is
I mean, when you approve, you
Yeah.
approve, the owner approve to give permission, for example, for someone,
Yes.
okay, to manage his tokens. right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Not all tokens,
Approve only
Just
for
approve
one.
for the owner.
Yeah.
Approve, but set approval for all, it is for all tokens.
Yeah, and this
There is
yeah,
two
yeah.
functions.
For all owner tokens.
Yes.
And this ERC like 721 is like the developers of the on Ethereum platform. They agrees on this standard. Cool. So this is the best that they can do or they can present for the universe. Yeah.
Cool. It's
Oh,
approved
sorry.
for all. So
It's
it's approved
approved
for all. It is just like you check if this person, you pass his address and you get, if you give him or anybody, like it will take the address of the owner and the address of the operator. So maybe I can call this function to see if Abdul Hamid has the permission for all of Walid's tokens. So anybody can call this function because it is external. And it is just return Boolean. Like if Abdul Hamid has the permission to manage all Walid's tokens, he will be it will return true, unless it will return false.
So if it is approved just for one token, this is gonna be false. Cool? Because
Yes,
it's
because
like
it is
asking
only
for
for
approvals
all.
for all tokens. Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
I think maybe I heard it wrong, but you said I can approve all for two people? Like I can approve you all and I can approve you all?
Yes.
I can do that.
Yes.
What if you trying to
No,
to transfer the same token?
To transfer,
The same token.
how do you?
When you transfer the token, it's gonna go to the new owner. Cool.
Okay.
So it's gonna be gone.
It will check.
Yeah.
You will check in the transfer method. You will set like a condition that you cannot. If you are
Yeah.
the approval, you are not the owner. You can like set the condition for that.
No, let's have an example. Like if I have like 10 cars, that's great. So I give like for like let's say 2 person to sell it. Just sell it. I'm gonna give you the
Okay.
commission. Cool. So the first one who sell it is gonna just sell it. So the second one he can't sell it because it's not well under his like control because it's gone with the new
It's
owner.
already gone.
So I'm the owner. You sell this thing for me. Cool. That's
Okay.
Yeah.
And the blockchain in its nature, it will prevent
Yeah.
like the double spending.
Yeah.
Even if he has the permission and I have the
So
permission.
now happen.
So just to confirm, because
Yeah.
I asked this earlier, so I can give approve for all for multiple addresses. So I can give you approve all and I can give you approve all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because earlier you said no.
But you are the owner.
I know I'm the
Yeah.
owner, but I can give you both approval on all of my tokens. So you.
But I guess
So now we are 3 partners, right?
but I guess
can I-
by
Kind of.
invoking multiple is right?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
It makes
So-
sense on blockchain because
Yes.
it will prevent selling it once. So I think
Yeah.
it makes sense to authorize multiple people to sell it to.
This is
Yes. Like what you said, maybe I am your partner.
Mhm.
You can
Yeah.
give me the permission to do whatever I want with our
This
tokens.
question is, can he give you permission and give permission on the same token
Yeah.
to someone else?
Yeah.
The same token, if it is one token, no.
No?
It will be, no, it will,
So
will
the
not-
same, I want to give approval on all of my tokens to you.
Yes, you can
And I
give,
want to give approval to all of my tokens to him.
yes,
Cool.
Is that possible?
yes.
Okay, can I rephrase the question?
all.
If I call get approved for all, Okay. Like if I get approved for all and I call this function, what I get? Do I get your address or I get yours?
Get approved for all?
Yes.
There is no get approved for all. There is approved for
Yes,
all.
is
It
approved.
will only return a boolean, true or false.
There is no get approved for all.
No, there is get approved for one token.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, you're gonna like check that by yourself, by the spread. So you can tell
Yeah,
us
the
what's
relationship
right.
is one-to-one. The approval, when you approve the owner to the other partner.
Yes, if it's
Always.
for one token. For the same token, it is like you can say one to one. I'm not that good with the schema.
For the function that you give a token ID, the set approve for one token only, you can only set approve for one person at a time. But for set approve for all your tokens, where you don't send the token ID, you can give that to multiple people. So it depends on the type. For one token, are you giving approval for one token or all your tokens?
Yes. Thank you.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Would you please implement all these functions quickly on some
Okay,
real
sure.
example?
You are gonna do it. That's right.
You are going to do it
You are
today.
going to do it yourself. Yeah.
Because like this is the standard, it just contains the main methods and the main state variables that it should be there. And you
Should we change the or not implementing, explain all these functions quickly on with a real example?
Okay.
Yeah, you are going to. That's why how you are going to do it yourself, so you're gonna understand it more.
It means the front end.
So,
It
yeah.
means
Front end part
apply.
of the next project, right?
It means applying to it.
Yeah, he's
Like
gonna
run
run
the
it.
code,
Yeah.
the real code without.
Yeah, he's gonna run it.
explaining.
Let's give him an
He's gonna
example.
run it.
Let's give him an example. He means like
Okay.
if
The
I
real
have
one.
like if
Ah,
I have 10 lands,
Sorry.
because the project will be about lands, like land ownership. Like I have the ownership of 10 lands. The balance of what it give you if it's called if you call it with my address, it will gives you 10 because I have 10 lands
Right.
or 10 tokens.
Yeah.
The owner of, which is the next function, what it will
Your name.
my address.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you will pass any one of my token IDs and you will get my address.
It's like your houses, guys. So you can't exchange your houses together, like for nothing, like exchanging the money, like what we did earlier, like FTG Day and from Hanan, and he just take Anas gold and we exchange together. But in like something it's identical or not repeated, you can't like do this. Yeah.
Okay.
Also one question. Regarding the token itself, is it possible to be divided? I mean, can
This
we
is-
have, let's say, I have one house
This is a
and I
good
want to
point.
sell it to Ahmed, for example.
Mhm.
Can I sell half of the house to Ahmed and
This
the
is
rest
a
will
good
be mine?
this is a good question
Excellent.
because this is a main point of why we should use like ERC721 because ERC20 like we can if I have 10 let's say ether it is token I have 10 ether I can give him like 5 ethers I can give him like half ether I can give him only one week so it is divisible but in this situation, which is the ERC721, the main reason why they invented it because we don't need like something to be divisible.
So going back to the 50 JD's example.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
if we thought of it as ERC20, then yes, we cannot distinguish between the first 50 GDs and the second 50 GDs.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if we think of it as ERC721, then I have 250 GDs with two different serial numbers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So by this, I am as a bank, I can trace where are the 50
Yeah.
GDs
Also,
I'm
yeah.
sending, so I can
Yeah.
trace them back.
Yeah, it's a good example.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
And you cannot like like you cannot the 50 if it has no decimals. So so we don't have 20 مثلا JD or 10 JDs. Like you cannot destroy it and give the half of it for Abdul Hamid.
Yeah.
Right? This is the main point of ERC721.
What are the potential benefits in this approach in terms of privacy or transferability?
Cool. The main reason why we need this is the ownership. Like it opens a lot of doors for the blockchain. So it is not محصورة anymore. It is not specific for like cryptocurrencies. You can now use it in like the examples that you saw it here. Like if I am an artist and I want the copyrights, you can have the copyrights for me as a token, and you can implement it in more ways than the ERC20. You can think about a lot of ideas, you can implement that. Certifications, lands, houses, anything that have ownership and you want to exchange it. Yes.
In real life, I could have like certain property and I sell to people.
Yes.
So the simple case, I sell it to one person. I mean, I can map it here. What if I want to sell something to 2 or 3 people? How can this be?
The same thing. The same thing. Sell it for more than one.
Like
How we can do that? How we can like sell your car for more than one
not a car example.
Okay.
Take an example of a building, for example.
building?
Or
Okay.
I want to, your example, the land, okay? Like I'm on blockchain and representing buildings.
Cool. Yeah.
Each building is basically unique.
Yeah.
But I am one person, I own this building, and then there comes 3 people who are willing to buy this building.
Yeah. Good question.
How can we map this over here? Or
Yeah.
can we-
This is if you want to use like ERC721, you have to divide your tokens. So you have to make new tokens for this stuff, like this flat, this has this token, and this flat token, identical token. So you can sell each one as itself, but you can't split the token.
Yeah.
Cool.
So like you can give each room
Yeah.
or each flat, you can give it its own identity.
Yeah.
So it will be the token.
Another question.
Yes.
On the programming level, could I use this model of the 721 to replace the 20? I mean, anything that stops me from doing the same code we did yesterday using this.
You want to replace
Yeah,
the
I mean,
ERC20.
use this one for, does it
So why?
programmatically prevent it?
Okay.
On the programming level, I mean, I understand.
It's
that
not prevented, but why you want to do that? Like make like a lot of spend a lot of gas on mining, like new tokens and this stuff. You don't have. You have. Yeah. Because it's gonna be specific. Like I give you like 1 ether. If I want to give you like half ether, I can't. Like simply I can't. So it's yeah.
And it is the standards that we are giving you, like Ethereum approved it, but it is like made by the community.
Yeah.
So anyone can make his own standard. But if like this standard, that there is more than one developer that agreed about it, so
Developers.
they like adopted from Ethereum.
Yeah.
So maybe I missed that point actually. When I'm trying to do the payable function, which is the transfer or something, what
Yes.
is the money for the transfer? When I want to, let's say, sell you my car or something, how I will get
Payable.
my cash? Is there something payable?
Okay. Payable. That's mean that you're gonna pay gas. Cool.
Okay.
For this operation because it's gonna cost gas. Cool. But for the financial thing, I think you can merge them together. Like ERC20, like I have a website to sell cars, okay, and they have to use my let's say Abid Ether, Abid coin. Cool. So they should have my coin, so they can buy my cars. This is an
Okay,
example.
I can,
Yeah. On ERC20 and my application on ERC721.
Okay,
I
I
have
will
both.
buy. I will send him my car, okay, as a token, and ERC721, okay?
Uh-huh.
And I will receive the ether from the ERC20, right? This
Yeah.
is what you are trying
Yeah.
to say, right?
Yeah, or you
No.
can, yeah.
Not exactly, that's right, but not 100% because now, let's say this standard, it gives you some functions that it helps you with to do some task, but you shouldn't like only it is not enough. If you want to like develop it or to add more functions that helps you to it, that's fine. So it's like it is just like interface. If you are familiar with the interfaces, the interface it is like forces you to implement these functions and these properties, but it doesn't like prevent you from implementing more than. So you can implement more functions like to manage the selling and whatever functions that helps you. What is it?
It's built in your property itself. So this function is designed for this spend to trading the lands.
Yes.
If I want to implement another functions to implement something else like building, and this building it has more than one flat.
Yes.
So I can implement more functions. It's
Yes.
coming suits with those with my property itself.
That's right. That's right. So maybe you can add more function that you can call it whatever you want, like get land. So you can pay by Ether, or you can implement also like another token. You can. So you can if you deployed it to the main Ethereum network, you can like buy and sell with whatever available tokens.
Yeah.
Or receive cash by Visa, for example.
Whatever
and
you
I
want.
will give you
This
the
is
token.
this is your job after that. But this standard is only for like the
Yeah.
properties and the ownership, the trading only.
Yeah, I want to like clarify something like why we give you like these standards like standard 20 ERC20 or ERC721. Well, we have standards for coding, but maybe some programs like make his way, right? And there is no problem with this. Like he makes he does, I want to follow this standard. I want to follow this standard. No, I want to follow this. So he can choose between them, or he can make his own. But why we give you these standards? It's just standard, so you can just delete the functions and add new one. Cool. The idea is like this is the contract that you have it is just deployed once. Cool. So if you have an error like after 10 years, so your business is gonna be down. Like
And it happens.
it happens. Yeah.
with a company that lose about 50 million only because of one line.
Yeah. One line before the next
And
one.
they cannot change it because it is like gone forever because it is on the blockchain.
Hmm.
So it is like something dangerous that you want to like test your contract in a good way and find the vulnerabilities.
Nice.
Yeah, for it before you deploy it to the Ethereum, because if it is like for the production, it will be something like really serious. You cannot like just throw it like this and I will change it if I find something, because it is immutable.
Yeah.
And like what he said, the standard, why we are using the standard, because it's like make the exchanging between the Ethereum tokens that exist on the Ethereum network, it will make it easier. So you can like, if you are using this standard and this the ERC20 standard, so you can like exchange my land with like the token that you built it yesterday.
Well, if
This
you
is
have-
the point of the standards.
when you have like the same standard ERC20, so you can put all your tokens is the same wallet. Cool. Yeah.
Sorry about asking too many questions, but I think
Yeah,
the
okay.
topic is really interesting. So we learned ERC20, which is transferring non-unique.
Fungible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So which is non-unique.
Identical.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Identical token.
So the other one, 721, which is unique, you buy something or you transfer something unique.
Cool.
Are we gonna talk about something else that allows you to read data, not to transfer data?
Read data
So
from
read data
what?
from from the blockchain?
Yes.
I think.
Is there something like that, or
I
I'm
think,
just trying to
yeah,
imagine?
yeah.
it's gonna be
I
nice.
think you can do that, but I didn't do it. Cool. You can do that, like show to the people some information and hide some of them. Like when you are going to, let's say, you have an ID verification for something. Cool. So you don't need the reception or this guy. He just need your ID. Just the ID, cool. You don't need your name, your picture, your birthday, or this information. You don't need it. So this is gonna be hidden. But we have did this, cool, by the on-chain for the things that we don't want to show it for people, and like show it in encryption way, cool. But we did it off-chain, like a normal database, for the things that it's okay to be public. Cool. And we did it with the donate dApp. It's like view information of the people who is in need, or he want to like start up a new project. So the people who want to donate for this guy, they want to know what is he working, what is his idea and this stuff. So this is gonna
Sorry for
should be
interruption,
public.
Hamid, but
Yeah.
can you make like your question more clear? Because I didn't get what
Yeah.
data, what kind of data you want to get from the.
You mentioned example at the
Yeah.
beginning of the lecture, which is certificates, like university
Yeah.
certificates, right? So you want to give permission to people
Okay.
to read your certificate. You cannot transfer the certificate, obviously.
Yeah.
So you just want to give people permission
Yeah.
Okay.
Good
to
example.
read your certificate, for example,
Cool.
right?
Yes.
So how is
You,
that
you
going
have, you can like the state variables. This is the point of the state variables. Like you can store the certifications as mapping. So you give it the address, and you can implement another functions that give you the you can implement a function that give you the certificate for this guy, or if he is, you can make it as a boolean, not as an address, or as an ID, or as anything you want. You can do it in the way that you like, but if you want to like query a data from the blockchain, you will get it from the smart contract by the state variables.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to go back to your point on when a smart contract will have a value. So you mentioned something like if there is an issue with a smart contract and you deploy it, and there are consequences, you have to vet the consequences, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, is this how do you see this in terms of practicality of deploying some real application?
I think-
Expecting developers and the testing to come up with something.
Because of that, you should be sure 100% about your contract and test it and make like unit and integration test with it. Made everything to be sure that you don't need to update it anymore.
So there are techniques that you can make, like a proxy contract, that you can change your deployed contract addresses as you go.
Yes.
But then you are having issue with transparency and trust. So
Yes.
when I see your smart contracts and I know that you can change it anytime, then I lose trust, right?
Yeah.
So you need to maintain both.
Yeah.
If you are deploying the contract one time, then I know you cannot manipulate the contract, and I trust you. I can see the contract. I trust you. If you can change it, then you lose trust.
Yeah, the trust is like the most valuable thing that when you are trying to launch like cryptocurrency. When you are launching like new cryptocurrency, let's say that I have like 1 million like cryptocurrency from mine. So I launch it like it's like let's say 900,000 itself. So it's sold, and we have 100,000 is left here with me. So to gain the trust from people who buy this, I should burn this 100,000. There is a function called burn. So you have to burn. There is nothing else this. So whatever goes. So in the future, you have your own like cryptocurrency. It's not going to be affected with another cryptocurrency because it's on demand. Well, how much demand? So when you offer more cryptocurrency from yours, So who buy from the first time, his value for his token is gonna be down. So he's gonna lose the trust with your cryptocurrency.
Another question?
I think this is the last question. Okay.
Yeah, I want back to his question actually about the authority. Let's assuming that I have 10 lands or 10 tokens. Can I not share it or give the authority for Abdul Hamid for all the tokens and at the same time give it to Munzer, all of it?
Yes.
Mm.
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For this. We will have, I think, a break now for 10 minutes. We will upload.
هاي الحلقة الضائعة اللي هاي الحلقة الضائعة عبد
الحلقة الضائعة بعدين خليني اروح اشرب.
في حلقة ضائعة
Yes. Okay. What is your question?